What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to TTP Sports and kind of another dud today by the Phillies. They had a dud in Sunday's game against the Nationals, but at the end of the day, for that series, that was a getaway game. They already won 4-5 against the Nationals in that series, so there were things that I didn't like. Once again, hitting with runners in scoring position. That's been basically going back to the entire series against the Nationals, where you have so many, bases loaded opportunities, bases loaded no out opportunities, just chances to knock on runs on the board consistently. And you're not getting those timely hits. You're getting guys on base. You're walking, you're getting base hits, you're getting on base, you're getting into these positions to drive in some runs, and you're just not knocking them home. And that is the same exact case today with the first game against the Texas Rangers. And this is a team who we went, I think it was in May, 2-game series here in Philadelphia. Texas sweeps us in a 2-game series. So they take the season series from us, and there's one more chance, I guess, to salvage that season series tomorrow with Zack on the bump. And hopefully Bryce Harper is in the lineup tomorrow. The better news today, even though he wasn't in the lineup today, he was available to pinch hit. The blister is getting better for him. So hopefully tomorrow afternoon, I believe it is a 4 o'clock start, that he is in the lineup tomorrow, because this lineup is completely day and night when Bryce Harper is and is not in the lineup. They struggled to drive in those runs without Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper, we all know, is the power horse of this offense. But there's other guys in this lineup that should be able to take mantle when Bryce Harper is out. You got Kyle Schwarber, who is having a fantastic month of June. He had a single today, but he was a little quiet besides that. Rhys Hoskins has had a really good month. Really, it's been those two guys that have been your best hitters outside of Bryce Harper. But then you get Nick Castellanos, who is still slumping. He had a couple of chances with runners in scoring position and grounded into a double play. JT Realmuto, he did have a couple of hits, but still had runners in scoring position chances that he did not, drive people home. Really, there was, I guess you can say, a game-changing play by the Texas Rangers, and that's when the Phillies had 2 runners on base, and Cole Calhoun made a diving catch to rob Matt Vierling of possibly, bringing home at least 1 run with an RBI double. So that was a changing play right there for Texas, and they really didn't look the other way. Perez on the mound for Texas, I would say he was solid. He allowed runners. He walked a lot of guys, specifically Rhys Hoskins. He had a lot of walks today. The Phillies just couldn't get that timely hit. And over the past couple of games, going back to that National Series, like I said, that's been one of their issues. Not getting that timely hit, not hitting with runners in scoring position. So that's something that has to change, especially when you're going to be going up, this week against really tough pitching in the San Diego Padres. Texas, they're a team that you should beat, but I guess at the end of the day as well, there are teams that do have your number, but not really the biggest fan of losing to the Texas Rangers consistently when you have guys like Marcus Semien, who is struggling this year. He definitely wasn't the guy that he was last year for Toronto, batting below 230, and he goes up and gets 3 hits today, a triple shy of the cycle, I believe he was. So it's frustrating overall that the offense is going through a little bit of a slump here over the past couple of days. Hopefully having Bryce Harper in the lineup does change that. It should, because Bryce Harper, their numbers with Bryce Harper in the lineup are 20 times better than they are without Bryce Harper in the lineup. So that's something. Also, a note from this game, Familia sucks. He is terrible. He allowed 2 2-run home runs in this game, which basically took the Phillies out of it. It was 3-0 going into the bottom of the 8th inning, and Familia basically just took the Phillies out of the entire game. When you might have a chance in the top of the 9th inning to maybe, tack on some runs, you're basically taken out because Familia just gave up, the game basically there. So that's it. That's it from this game. Really nothing else happened. Phillies went down quietly. Kyle Gibson, I thought, honestly, had a solid game, in my honest opinion. I don't think Kyle Gibson was the major issue in this game. I thought he was pretty solid, because if you look at Kyle Gibson's numbers in this game, he went 6 1/3 innings, allowed 7 hits, 3 earned runs, 4 strikeouts. He did give up 2 home runs, but I'm not entirely blaming this game off Kyle Gibson. 3 earned runs should be solid enough to win you a ball game and at least give you a chance to win. So I'm not blaming this entirely on Kyle Gibson. Familia, absolute dog trash. His ERA is up at 5.55. 4 hits allowed, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 2 bombs allowed. And then Alvarado came in to clean up the mess that was Familia. Surprisingly, he did clean up that mess. But it's what the stat that's really concerning. 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position in this game. A lot of guys had chances. Camargo had 2 chances. Vierling had 2 chances. Didi had a chance. JT Castellanos had 2 chances. Bohm had a chance. They leave 8 runners total on base in this game, and that's not good enough. That is not good enough at all, especially when it just you got to find a way to get that timely hit. Like you felt like they didn't have issues getting hits basically throughout the entire game. It's just really when you got those chances to bring home some runs, you just gripping the bat way too tightly. You're thinking way too much. I think there is a thing with this lineup right now, specifically without Bryce Harper in it. I think you can't have Nick Castellanos and JT Realmuto batting behind each other because right now those two guys are struggling. And honestly, at this point, with those chances, being the 3 and the 4 hitters in this game, and I really don't like JT Realmuto being the cleanup hitter with Bryce Harper out of the lineup. I think JT should be batting lower in the lineup, honestly, but don't think those two should be batting next to each other because of the way they're struggling. And, when they have chances with runners in scoring position, and especially when you're batting 3 and 4th in the lineup, you're going to get a lot of chances with runners in scoring position. And right now, those guys are easy outs. They're in their own heads. Castellanos had a couple of good rips in the infield, but, right to the defenders at that point. So not getting the job done and not doing good enough to drive home some runs. So that's the issue. That's the major issue. Because going through this game, you have chances to score. First inning, Kyle Schwarber leads off the game with a bunt single, beautiful bunt single. Rhys Hoskins then works a very good walk. But then Nick Castellanos grounds into a double play. Basically, goes right to the third baseman, steps on the third base bag, and then throws over the first base to get Castellanos out. So there's a chance right there with runners in scoring position. Nothing comes up. Basically, no outs, 2 runners on. Turns into 1 runner on and 2 outs. And then JT Realmuto grounds out to Seager. You have some chances. Alec Bohm singles, top of the second inning. Nothing going on there. The Phillies had a lot of base runners in these early innings. Rhys Hoskins walked in the top of the third inning with 2 outs. Nothing went there. JT reached on an infield single in the top of the 4th inning. Nothing happens there. Top of the 5th inning, Munoz singles. Hoskins walks. And then Nick Castellanos grounds out with 2 outs there. So that's 2 runners in scoring position there. Nothing happening. Munoz did steal second base during Rhys Hoskins at bat, but Rhys Hoskins had a lot of walks in this game, really nothing for him to hit. Then you go to that bottom of the 5th inning. 2 outs in this situation. Lau just rips one to left field, opposite field shot just goes over the left field wall. He absolutely smoked it. Becomes a 1-0 Rangers lead. And then Heim, just an absolute moonshot into right field. Nick Castellanos was just this close to possibly robbing the home run. But at the end of the day, goes over the wall, back-to-back shots for the Rangers, makes it a 2-0 lead for them. Phillies have a chance in the top of the 6th to maybe make some noise. JT leads off with a single, Alec Bohm single, so you get a 1-out situation with 2 runners on for Matt Vierling. And this is where Cole Calhoun makes that diving catch, which is most likely the game changer right there because Phillies possibly are responding off that Matt Vierling hit. If it gets down and Calhoun misses it, maybe it goes behind him. That scores 2 runs. Tied ball game. It's a different situation there. But Calhoun makes the catch. Vierling's out. Then Camargo with 2 outs pops up. And no runs come across the plate once again. Bottom 6. Marcus Semien gets a double. Then Seager just hits it right through the shift in the hole where no one's at. Scores Semien. Makes it 3-0. And then the Phillies really just go quiet from there. Gibson came out for the 7th. He allowed a 1-out single, but then Familia got out of that situation. And then really, like I said, Phillies went quiet basically the rest of the way after that 6th inning situation. Familia comes back out for the 8th inning, allows a 1-out single. Marcus Semien just crushes a home run, makes it 5-0. Garcia with a 2-out single, then Cole Calhoun crushes one to dead center field, makes it a 7-0 ball game there. And like I said, Familia is goddamn atrocious. Really, he just is. When you have a chance basically to keep your team within it going into the top of the 9th inning, you let the game slip away wide open, allowing 2 home runs. That's just unacceptable. Unacceptable by Familia. And it's like what Ricky Batalico said in the postgame. What is he here for at this point? Honestly, what is he here for? He comes in, try to have a clean inning, Which doesn't whatsoever. It's basically those two, Jose Alvarado, even though Jose Alvarado technically did come in and got out of the inning, but still, those two you just can't rely on. The Familia and the Jose Alvarado experience, it's just not good. Not good at all. And then the Phillies go down 1-2-3 in the top of the ninth inning. So, yeah, overall, it was just a really dud of a game. A couple of duds in a row. Sunday, you can chalk it up to, exit game. 5-game series, you don't have them often. And 5-game series are difficult to sweep. You're never going to sweep a 5-game series that easily, regardless of the team that you're playing. Winning 4 out of 5 against the Washington Nationals, that's good. That's good overall. I didn't like what they did at the end of that game with the whole Zack situation, especially with the issues going on with his knee. Bullpen arms in that game didn't look good either. But still, that was just the runaway game, the travel away game to go to Texas basically that following afternoon. So chalk that one up and throw it in the trash, basically. But this game, it's really just going over the past couple of days. I know the Phillies have gone through stretches like this where they do struggle to hit with runners in scoring position. And basically throughout this entire month of June, they have been a lot better with that. But this stretch, it's basically with Bryce Harper in the lineup and Bryce Harper not in the lineup at this point. They're two completely different teams. Bryce Harper brings the confidence. He brings the energy, I guess. I don't know how that gets lost when he's not in the lineup. Guys got to step up. Definitely. I'm looking at Castellanos and JT Realmuto. I'm not going to fully blame Kyle Schwarber. He got on base today. No one drove him home. Rhys Hoskins got on base today. No one drove him home. Nick Castellanos, JT Realmuto, they had chances in this game. There's nothing going on. Nothing going on whatsoever. Looking at the lineup, Kyle Schwarber went 1 for 4 in the leadoff spot. Rhys Hoskins, he had 3 walks in this game, so on-base percentage goes up for him. So he had a good day at the plate. Good eye. Nick Castellanos goes 0 for 4, averages at 249. JT Realmuto, technically he went 2 for 4, but had chances, a chance to drive in some runs early in this game. He didn't. Didi Gregorius goes 0 for 4 with a strikeout. His average, he's in a little bit of a slump too. His average just dipped to 270. Alec Bohm goes 2 for 4 on the day, but he also had a chance with runners in scoring position that he did not cash in on. Matt Vierling goes 0 for 4, also getting robbed by Cole Calhoun. Johan Camargo's first game back in the lineup since being injured and on his rehab stint. He goes 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. And Munoz goes 1 for 3 with a strikeout. Like I said, 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Not acceptable. 8 runners left on base. Just dud. Complete dud of a game. 3 games above 500 now. And you have Zack Wheeler on the mound tomorrow. And Zack Wheeler should be a guaranteed win. But Bryce Harper needs to be in the lineup tomorrow. He needs to be in the lineup tomorrow. Understand with the blister situation, infection, you got to get that healed. You got to get that cleaned out. Completely understandable. And you got away with it, when you were playing a very bad team in the Washington Nationals. Now Bryce needs to be back in the lineup. Thankfully, he was available to pinch hit today, so hopefully that is a bright sign of him returning to the lineup tomorrow. But he needs to be back in the lineup because this lineup is night and day with him in and out of the lineup. Complete night and day. I don't know why it's a complete 180 when he's in the lineup and not in the lineup. I don't know why, but it just is like that right now. And you need him back. You need him back to bring that confidence in the lineup. So if you look at tomorrow's pitching matchup, you're going to have Zack Wheeler on the bump going up against John Gray. And John Gray's stats on the season, he is 2-3 with a 4.27 ERA, 63 strikeouts, and a 1.20 whip. Looking at his past couple of games, his recent game on the 17th against the Detroit Tigers, he went 7 innings, allowed 5 hits, and 0 earned runs. Previous to that, on June 12th against the Chicago White Sox, he went 6 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 earned run with 10 strikeouts. On the 7th against Cleveland, he lost that game, went 5 innings, 6 hits, 5 earned runs. Against the Tampa Bay Rays, he went 7 innings, 3 hits allowed, 1 earned run, 12 strikeouts. That was a loss, though. Against Oakland on the 27th of May, went 6 innings, 5 earned runs, 5 strikeouts. So basically, he's hit or miss in his starts recently. I believe you did pitch against John Gray. You did play against John Gray earlier in the season, though, and you lost. I believe these two pitchers in this series for Texas, you played them when they were in Philadelphia. So, got to find a way to be better. You got to find a way to hit these guys. You just do. You just do. Just it. And they were stating it basically. If you look at, Marcus Semien for Texas, just look at his season stats because they are not good. He's batting, I think he's batting 231 right now because he had 3 hits in the game, but he was definitely batting, I think, around the low 220s before coming into this game. He's not having a good season. Corey Seager's not having a good season. He's batting 230 on the year. Can't allow those guys to get hot. You just can't. Should be finding a way to, let Marcus Semien just can't be doing that. You just simply can't be doing that, allowing that guy to wake up. Just can't. Just can't. It's very ugly. Very ugly. Runners in scoring position is a concern. It really is. Got to see when Bryce Harper comes back, though. Because if it completely changes when Bryce comes back in the lineup, then you know the issue. For some reason, Bryce Harper is the heart and soul of the lineup. He shouldn't be. I know he's that fantastic of a player. He's putting up another MVP caliber season. But losing Bryce Harper with all these other guys in the lineup, that shouldn't be an issue. In my honest opinion, it shouldn't be an issue. But it is. But it is now. And they got to find a way to get out of that rut. They just do. They really, really, really do. But Familia, though, he's bad. He's bad. Bad, 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 bad. Gotta go. I don't know how you do it. Trade him to someone for cash considerations. DFA him. Just do something. Get Familia off this team. Because you just can't keep chucking him on the mound. You just can't. You just can't. Some guys in the chat right here. Channel name, how you doing? Bummer. Yep, definitely a bummer. We got to win these games because our schedule for the next week is going to get hard. Definitely. Definitely. Scott says, no matter what you do not score runs, you do not win. I thought the idea was for Familia to keep in the game and reach. Familia coming in regardless, he's not going to keep the game in reach. Just not. Blowing games by not winning games with runners in scoring position. Exactly. 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Seems like the team's going backwards. I sure hope not. I don't think they're going backwards. I think the offense is just in a little rut right now without Bryce in the lineup. I do believe it will get better because they have shown they have been better over this past month. So we just got to wait and see. Got to wait and see. Thanks for the stream as always. Keep rocking on. I appreciate that, man. Guess the Rangers are the new Marlins for the Phillies. God, I hope not. Thankfully for interleague play, you don't see the Rangers many times. So you probably won't see the Rangers again for another few years after this. So definitely much needed. Definitely much needed. Definitely. 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 Jeez. You just gotta win tomorrow. You do. You cannot get swept by the season series by the Texas Rangers. You just cannot. And channel name brought up the upcoming schedule, and I might as well look at that because that is going to be definitely important with the upcoming, series, especially upcoming. So after tomorrow's game against Texas, we got a 4-game set with the San Diego Padres. Nola on the mound, Ranger Suarez, Zach Eflin, Kyle Gibson. Not in that order. I just read it out of order, but still, all those guys are going to be on the mound. Joe Musgrove in the first game. Mackenzie Gore in the second game. That's going to be tough going up against Nola. Blake Snell in the third game with Zach Eflin on the mound. Who knows how that's going to work with Eflin's injury. Yu Darvish on the mound Sunday against Kyle Gibson. It's going to be a very tough series with that pitching matchup. He may be catching a break with their offense, though, with the Manny Machado injury. Tough break for him. He's been fantastic this year. Hopefully it's nothing too drastic, but he's most likely going to be missing a lot of time with that, ankle injury that he got a couple of days ago. So you might be catching a break there, but still their pitching is no joke. And then after this Padres series, got a couple of tough series coming up. 3 out of the next 4 series after Sandy, or actually 4 of the next 5 series are going to be really tough for this Phillies team. Padres, 3-game series against Atlanta at home, 3-game series against St. Louis at home. Then you'll have a 3-game series against Washington at home. So that might be a break. Then you got a 4-game set in St. Louis after Washington. That's going to be tough. No, a 4-game set. Yeah, 4-game set in St. Louis. And then after St. Louis, you have 2 games in Toronto and also a 3-game set in Miami. So, yeah, this upcoming stretch is going to be a little tough for this team. They're playing a lot better opponents. Not playing Washington. You're not playing Arizona. You're not playing Miami. This part of the schedule gets a little tougher before it gets easier again. Got to find a way to step up. Braves, they've been hot. They've been rolling. Got to find a way to win. Padres with a weakened lineup. Got to find a way to win that series. Or split the series, win 3 out of 1. Can't lose that series against San Diego. You got to win tomorrow, though. Focus on tomorrow. Zack Wheeler on the bump. That should be a guaranteed win. Find a way. Find a way to win. That's all I'm asking. So, it's going to do it for this video, everyone. If you were late to the stream or did not tune to the stream at all, do not forget to hit or leave a comment in the comment section below. I like to see those as always. Do not forget to drop a like on the video. Do not forget to check out everything down in the description below, the painted lines, BrodesMedia, everything like that. I definitely recommend it. I also recommend hitting that subscribe button, and I also recommend using the code TTPSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase at SEATGEEK, everyone. Thank you for joining the live feed and the stream. I appreciate that as always, and I will see you next time.